That's a bad spirit. From what I gathered and read up on it a long time ago, it's a bad spirit that causes an addiction, and once you start, you can't stop. A lot of times, I remember this guy. What's his name? Is Terry Crews? Was addicted to that. He was about to lose his wife behind it. And a big muscular brown skin dude being all those movies. Yeah, he was addicted to porno. There's quite a lot of people that was addicted to it. He was about to lose his wife to it, but she helped him.
It's like they say, it's like a high.
Yeah, it's a high, but it's an
like,
addiction.
It is, but what I'm saying is, it's what you feel at the time of the release.
Where'd you go? Oh, you know how I've been living without you. Daydreaming on a cloud with you like horizon. With you tonight is on an island. Yeah. It's about time I'm waking up. The times you wasn't with me waking up. Now you feel set up, dating this you touch. I needed to distance myself from you. Oh, just to know you want you. So come close, won't you? Won't you? Can I tell you something if it was pretty heaven that's on
What's up, y'all? This is El Jefe. This is Where's That Podcast on this beautiful Sunday afternoon, or evening, I should say. And I have with me to my right,
Shelly baby
in the house, just chilling, enjoying this weekend. And y'all, guess what? It was a beautiful day. It was like beach weather here, and I had no complaints. We had a little bit of rain this weekend. I think it was yesterday and Friday. We had just a little bit, but it made out to be a great weekend with great weather that we all were able to experience and got some outside time. So how was your weekend?
My weekend was pretty busy. But then I did get a chance to rest. So
much needed, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Good. That's good. I know I need a little rest. So I don't need too much, but I'll rest later. I'm trying to enjoy what's left of this Sunday.
Yeah.
And hopefully, this week could be a light week for me. I don't have too much going on this week, so.
That's good.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward to the week. There's a lot of things I'm trying to knock out, some tasks that I do have to do, and hopefully I can have it completed before the week is over with. And I'm still looking at my vision board every day, y'all. I'm still looking at that vision board because a lot of things on my vision board that I am really looking to have completed. Well, one of them will be completed before the month is over. So I'm excited about that. I'm trying to knock at least one thing off every 3 months, one or two things off every 3 months. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Were you about to say something?
Me? No.
Oh, I thought you were about to say something.
No, I'm just happy for you.
So, tonight we got an episode for you. This one here, we don't really talk about explicit
sex
type content, but tonight we're gonna talk about porno. People that are addicted to watching porn and the effects that it has on a person. We're gonna talk about watching it while in a relationship and watching it, not being in a relationship and how it affects you. And we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna figure this thing out. And here we go. You guys ready? Let's get it. So, when we thought about the topic. It was kind of, interesting to me because I've known of, people that do engage in watching porno while in a relationship. And I don't know. I don't know what is the reason behind people watching it while in a relationship, because that's supposed to be something, for your mate. It's supposed to just be you and your mate. Not, it's like fantasizing about somebody else. The way I look at it, it's like you're fantasizing about somebody, and I don't get it, because, if I'm with someone, I don't want to have to fantasize about being with somebody that I don't know, or someone that that I saw out and about somewhere. And I'm sure, like I said, it's a two-way street on here. Guys and females do it. We know that. But I do see. I see bad. I see bad in that. It's fornicating. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do that. Have I ever done it before? Looking at some porn? To be honest, I think everybody had access to at least once or twice. I haven't watched in years when I was younger. It used to start off a long time ago. I had a brother that used to collect Playboy. And I would go to his house. He would give me the key to his house. After school, I would go there, sometimes. And then on weekends, he had the the LaToya Jackson edition and the Playboy. That was my first time seeing. I was probably 8th grade.
You remember?
Huh?
I said, you remember, huh?
Yeah, man. LaToya Jackson. Everybody remember LaToya Jackson. That was special. That was a special edition right there.
That was special.
Yeah, that was special. LaToya. Everybody loves some LaToya Jackson now. But yeah, at some point, you're going to be introduced to some type of magazine or video, pictures. But my biggest thing is, people that actually do watch porno. It's not good for you. It's not good for you. The reason being is you're really supposed to, be with your mate. You're not supposed to watch these things on television or your computers or your phone or whatever you watch it on, and it's a spirit. That's a bad spirit. From what I gathered and read up on it a long time ago, it's a bad spirit that causes an addiction, and once you start, you can't stop. A lot of times, I remember this guy. What's his name? Is Terry Crews? Was addicted to that. He was about to lose his wife behind it. And a big muscular brown skin dude, be in all those movies. Yeah, he was addicted to porno. There's quite a lot of people that was addicted to it. He was about to lose his wife to it, but she helped him.
It's like they say, it's like a high.
Yeah, it's a high, but it's an addiction.
It is, but what I'm saying is, it's what you feel at the time of the release.
But like I said, it starts out you doing it one time. That's
right.
How it starts.
Mm-hmm. And they get addicted to that feeling. Yeah, they get addicted to that feeling. So, I know my experience. Trying to think how old I was. Probably about maybe 11 years old. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was in Columbia, South Carolina, with some relatives, and it was my cousins. They actually had gotten their hands on their parents' VHS stash, and didn't know, had no clue what they were putting into the VCR, because that's what it was back in the day, VCR. So all of a sudden, I hear this music, and before the visual started, I heard the music first, and I was like, "Some weird music." You know? Then all of a sudden, there was no storyline, there was no plot, there was nothing but two people getting it on. And I was at that age, I was repulsed, I would say, because it did nothing for me. And I don't know if it was because of my age and, me not really knowing what was really going on, but it did nothing for me. Yeah, I sat and watched, for several minutes, actually. And it just didn't do anything for me. Of course, later on, in, my later years, I had a partner who wanted to watch that, and I was like, okay, you can. It's just not for me, because it doesn't do anything for me. Now, I'm, to each his own. I'm not against adults, watching whatever they want to watch, but you can be consumed with it. I think too much of anything is too much, And so if you are the type of person that says, okay, I just want to watch just to see, what type of positions I'm not, privy to. And, I just want to kind of introduce that to my partner or something like that. That's different. But yeah, you have couples, as you mentioned, that watch it together. And for them, I guess that works for them. It gets them excited. It gets them aroused. That sort of thing. But I'm a little more traditional. I want, my mate to know what, know me, know my body, take the time to know my body, and to know what it takes to keep me aroused, as opposed to saying, hey, babe, let's sit down and let's watch this together. I'm just not interested in it. Again, if that's what that person wants to do, that's fine. But I do believe that there are some things that, can occur. It really, it's not real. It's not real sex to some degree. I mean, not all of it is. I mean, some of it is, yes, but not all of it is. And so here you are fantasizing about something that's not really realistic. You know what I mean? And I think oftentimes when you get consumed with watching porn, you create a fantasy in your mind. And then when you want to introduce whatever it is that you saw on that, TV screen or phone, whatever, when you want to introduce that to your mate and they're not willing to do that or want to do that, then somehow you feel let down. Right. Then you may feel like, okay, well, if you don't want to do that, then I'll go find someone else that'll do it for me. So because you have all of these images in your head now from what you've seen on that porn film, or video, whatever. So now you want to, introduce that to your partner, but then your partner is not interested. So then, okay, then you're like, okay, well, if you don't want to do this, then I'll just find somebody else to do it.
Right.
And that sometimes creates problems within relationships. Now, I guess you call it what a freakometer.
Well,
you have two
I don't know
people,
nothing about that freakometer.
Well, you have two people that, that, like I said, if that's something that they want to do together,
right,
and be wild together, okay, fine, I guess. But again, it doesn't do anything for me. And that's just me, my personal experience about it.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So.
Definitely. You got people that want to try new things and people that aren't experienced. Like you said earlier, people they watch it to discover new things, to fit some fire in their relationship. Mm-hmm. But a lot of times, when you've been introduced to, certain people know certain things. Certain people may know more than what you may know or what I may know. And they actually, help you out. If two people are unexperienced in doing, the act, and one person may know more than the other. I would say just learn from each other. Just try new things within each other. You don't have to watch, porno to learn. Because it becomes, so like I said, to me, it's like cheating. I mean, if you're looking at somebody, you're fantasizing about a person that you don't even know, when your partner's around, or if they're not around, it's the same thing. Some people watch it when their boyfriend go off to work, husband go off to work, they start watching it, or vice versa. The guy might start watching when his wife goes to work if he has a day off or whatever. But some couples, I've heard that some women withhold sex from their husband, and a lot of time that's why their husband turn to doing or looking at porn, because she's not actively giving it to him. So he decides to, okay, if I can't get it from her, I ain't going out there to cheat, so I'll watch it on the computer or my phone or whatever. And that's what some of them do. So I don't know. I really can't give advice on this, you guys, because I've never, really.
I'm like, at least, I'll say that I don't really feel like porn, I would put it, I don't feel like porn promotes love. I feel like it promotes lust, in society. And so with that being the case, it's like, for instance, I'll give you, there was this guy that was trying to connect with me. And of course he acted as if he was interested in me. But probably about 2 weeks in, and just us conversing back and forth with one another, he introduced this video, and it was like a porn video, and I was a bit taken aback. Now, I'm not a prude or anything like that when it comes to sex, but I'm like, we're just getting to know each other. Why are you pushing that, in my face, like that, why? So that just let me know that, okay, because even when I tried to change the subject or act as if I didn't see it and just ignore it like that, I did see it, but I was trying to talk about relationships and, that sort of thing. And that was just not what he was trying to hear. So I feel that people who tend to be consumed with, porn and that sort of thing, and masturbation or whatever, I feel it tends to disconnect you from your desire to want to connect with someone on a relational plane. Right. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. A more romantic type of plane. Because, anybody can go out here and have sex, yes. But you don't really have to be deeply connected with someone for that to happen. Right. If that is all that's on your mind. You know what I mean?
9 times out of 10, that's what, people that are addicted to sex, that's what they do. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah.
And it seems like they're never satisfied with one partner. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, well, all right, we've been there, we've done that. Okay, next. Mm-hmm. And so I, to each his own, like I said. But I just feel like, those who typically watch porn on a daily basis or whatever, their view of sex is very different. It's not one of really connecting emotionally and mentally, spiritually with your partner. It's just physical, and that's it.
All it is. It's like I said, it's more of a it becomes more of an addiction once you, like I said, one time, and that's it. That's all you wrote, because you're not going to stop, because you feel like, well, in your mind, you're having multiple partners. Yeah. Because, if this is all you think about, then guess what? You're going to hop on those sites and look for certain things. And a certain type of women or a certain type of men, whatever, your preference is. That's what's going to start to happen. And then you're going to find yourself not being attracted to your mate.
Right.
And they're going to wonder why. Why are you not touching me anymore? Because, your addiction caught up with the whole process of your relationship. Now your relationship is just you having a partner, but not being intimate with your partner, because your intimacy is now with a computer or a phone or a tablet, whatever. That becomes your partner / sexual object, whatever you want to call it. That's what you're now into. So, like I said, I've heard of people, that went that way and end up losing their relationship behind it. Somebody get a credit card statement. Somebody get caught watching it. Someone look at you. Someone look into your computer at your history and see that, oh, this what you watched last? I didn't watch this. This is not my history.
Right. Like, who are you fantasizing about? But I think it just, it's just one of those things where I feel like, again, if you are consumed with that, I'm not saying, if you want to, every now and again, I guess, like I said, you're grown, and I'm not one to judge anyone, but if it's something where you feel it is an addiction, I feel it just makes it to where you view a potential sex partner as an object, as opposed to a person of value. And so again, that's why I say it's just sex. It's nothing. There's no emotional connection. There's nothing else there
at all.
And I feel like, if a person is addicted to anything, whether it's porn or anything like that, basically what you're saying without saying is that you lack self-discipline and you lack self-control. So
this is true.
So basically that would say a lot in a nutshell. Like, okay, if you're addicted to this, then chances are you probably might cheat on me. That might be a stretch. That might be a stretch, but I ain't gonna put it past you.
Yeah, I mean, because you're pretty much already cheating, fantasizing about another person. That's already cheating, though you ain't touching them, but you're touching yourself, looking at them. To me, it's like a pedophile. That's how I look at it. Even though it's not a child that you're fantasizing about or you're looking at on the porn, but still you're sitting there looking at a screen, a monitor, or whatever, looking at. Like somebody in their car looking across the street at someone playing volleyball. That's how I look at it. That might sound kind of weird, but that's what I think of when I think of people that do that kind of stuff. Like it's like you're raping somebody that don't want you to touch them. Though it's an act that these people are engaging in on a site or videotape, but you're like, it's kind of weird. To me, it's a weird thing. Like I've never indulged in anything, in any activity like that. I've never done that. Like I said, I'm not gonna say I never watched. I've seen it before, but I've never done that. I never, act out watching it.
Right. I mean, but
like I said, with me, I'd rather away from my partner. I ain't gonna watch no video. Don't have time for that. But that's my 2 cents on it, y'all. Like I said, I can't give a whole
Look, I remember back in the day, I don't mean to cut you off, but I just thought about this. I remember back in the day when they were saying, I don't know if you've ever heard this before, but they said that if you participate in masturbation, of course, that's why a lot of times people watch porn is so they can do that. But that would cause blindness in men. Did you ever hear about that?
I heard they used to say that a long time ago. Yeah.
That was funny. But they did say, in a study that does create baldness. It causes baldness or something, a brain fog.
I don't see why it would cause that, because what if you had a partner?
I don't know if it's because of the dopamine or different things like that are being released at the time. I don't know. I don't know what the connection is, but I know they were saying all kinds of things, as I was growing up, but I was like, okay, I was wondering if that was something that, older people were saying
Yeah,
to
I
try
think that's
to,
what it was.
you know,
Kinda like,
scare people into not
superstition.
doing it, I guess. I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah, but I've heard like, you know, people say, you know, you don't want to be wasting your semen. Just
Right.
you know, you're supposed to reproduce.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't want to just be. And I mean, I get like
But I ain't trying to have no
no
more kids. So.
I ain't trying to have no more either. But I'm just saying, man, it's just one of those things. You just gotta. I'm not gonna promote it. So like I said, certain things I'll promote on here, certain things I'm not gonna promote. So I mean, if that's what you do, you know, hey, think about it, man, before it becomes an addiction. It might feel good because, I mean, you might think about this person behind the screen, but you'll never get to meet them. And 9 times out of 10, if you got somebody that you're seeing, use your energy with that person. Figure out what's going on with your spouse, why they're not letting you, participate in loving them the right way. And if they're holding out from you for whatever reason, not wanting to share their body with you, your wife or your husband, find out why. And if if they're not giving you a good reason, then just hold on a little bit, man. Just hold on. Don't just go out on a limb and just go berserk on the website. Just hold off.
Communication is definitely key in that. You know what I mean? Because if it's a situation where sex with your partner has become mundane, just boring, then it's great to be able to have that level of comfort where you can talk to your mate and say, okay, you know what, we've done this way and that way, and I want to try something different. I'm not talking about introducing someone else to the equation because we talked about that before, but but we're talking about like just talking to your mate and saying, okay, you know what, I would like to do this, or I would like to try something different to spice things up. You know what I mean? And if they really care about you, they really love you, then they would be receptive.
Right.
But yeah, I just, like I said, for me, I don't get anything out of that, but teach his
Me
own.
either. And I'm not
Teach
going
his
to
own.
even go that route. I'd rather just wait on my partner. That's just it. That's all, y'all. We just wanted to kind of talk about that because,
Yeah.
we hear a lot of people watching it. And one of the things is, waiting until you get married. Some people, what's that thing called? The 30-year-old version and stuff, with the 40-year-old version.
The 40, yeah.
Some people wait a long time before, they actually have intercourse with people or someone. It's just wait for your partner. And if you don't have a partner, just wait till you find a partner. That's pretty much it. You're releasing yourself just off of the strength of the way you're feeling that you know what I'm saying? Just, I don't know, like I said, I'm not going to sit there and say I'm no saint. And like I've never thought of different things because I have, thought about things in my younger days. But when you know better, you do better. And I'm just gonna leave it right there. So y'all, think twice before you think wrong and do some things that you probably gonna regret later because it may cause an addiction. And then your partner. 'Cause I mean, when you meet a partner, how do you stop doing it once you meet somebody? And if that's what you've been doing for a long time, like,
You just do it with your partner. I mean, that's how they.
no, I'm
I
saying
guess,
how
justify
they
it.
would adjust, because I can't. We can say that, but I'm saying the person that's been doing it. I'm saying, how are they going to handle having a partner if you've been doing that for a year or two, and you finally meet somebody that
Yeah, because it turned into a habit
Yeah,
of
it's-
just instant gratification. So if that's
why I
something
don't
that
make
you,
that
right?
a situation, just wait, because
Yeah.
I'm thinking in my mind that they're still going to continue to do it even when they get a partner, when they're
Right.
by themselves, and and then questions come up. Have you ever watched porn? Have you ever masturbated? Have you did this? That's going to be a question that comes up, because I mean, if it don't come up, I mean, at some point there's going to be receipts around that's going to tell your partner that you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing. And, you know, it might be a time where, if you have a lady and she might ask you, hey, she may be in the mood and you may not. And she's probably going to wonder why, because you haven't done it in, 48 hours, 72 hours, whatever. And she's going to be thinking, that's kind of weird. Why you don't want to do it all of a sudden? Something ain't right. You got to think about those kind of things too, because
Right, as I say, it creates a little stuff, because then, like I said, it's not just the lack of discipline and self-control. It's just, okay, now it's like, start thinking, okay, why aren't you ready for me? Like, have you been with someone else? And in that case, you might say, no, I really wasn't. I was just, handling my business.
Right.
And then, of course, she was like, well, without me, which she's in her right to say, but yeah, you're right. I get what you're saying. So yeah, it can create some kind of issue.
Yep. That's something right there. That's something to think about. That's something to think about, y'all. I don't know.
Why are you pondering so?
Because I'm thinking about, dudes or females that actually had that situation going on right now. Because it's like, when they get into a relationship, like, how do you control it? That would be my thing I would be thinking about. Like, if I meet somebody and she brings to me that this is what she does from time to time. And even if they say they do it sometimes, to me, it's still an addiction.
Would you feel like she was cheating on you?
Yeah. I would.
Okay.
Because that's pretty much what you're doing. That's pretty much what you're doing. You're not touching the person, but it's like, if you're thinking it.
Well, what if she says, well, I'm watching it, but I'm thinking about you?
Nah. You better be thinking about me while you watching me.
Oh, Lord.
You be watching me, thinking about me, not watching another dude thinking about me. Because come on, man, I don't want to hear that. But anyway,
I was going to say, in your case, I'm sure you're probably going to have mirrors up on the ceiling, on the walls, and everything else, because you're a Leo. So
no, I don't do all that. I don't do all that.
I'm kidding.
I know you are, but yeah, I don't do all that. I keep. But yeah,
You're watching yourself, but okay.
Oh, you crazy, man. You crazy.
I'm just playing.
But yeah, you guys just, don't make that an addiction. I understand sometimes you want to try new things or just try things and people that are single. And I hear females have their, sex toys and whatnot. That's still the same thing. Even though you may not be watching porn, you have these toys. So it's pretty much the same thing. So just not listen to us say about the porn, but you got toys. It's the same thing.
Save your life energy for your partner.
Yeah.
Save it.
Save it.
Your life energy for your partner.
Because they will appreciate it more than you just using it for your pleasure. And you know what I'm saying? You gotta. And I heard when you do that makes you weaker too. Like that makes your body start losing muscle mass and stuff with it too. They said with guys.
It does.
I did like a little research a while ago, but anyway, y'all.
You was trying to get over your addiction.
Huh?
Just kidding. I said you was trying to get over your addiction, so you did some research.
Yeah, you already know that. Crazy. But that's all, you guys. We just wanted to kind of talk to you guys about that. We, figured we'd throw that at y'all. You guys, thank y'all for tuning in. This is Wizard Podcast. And we up out of here. Peace.
Peace.